On this episode of Rappers in the Kitchen, we're getting into some Southern goodness with a Southern pork chop dinner. Stay tuned for yet another first. We're getting it cooking up in here. Welcome to another delicious creation on Rappers in the Kitchen. I'm your host, your sous chef, the beastsmith of hip hop, Kendra Chef K. Jackson. Here with me today is DMV artist T-Spazz. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Girl,
Thank you.
I love my rappers. I love everybody who comes into this kitchen, but it's something about when the ladies get here. Something about it. They're always right, always prepared.
Yes,
So
yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is T-Spazz. I'm a hip hop artist based out of the DC area. I've been rapping now maybe 15 years, and I do a few shows around the DMV.
Okay.
I've traveled outside the DMV area as well. I have music online and things like that.
Awesome.
So, you know, I have a little buzz. This is something I'm passionate about, just the arts in general.
Love it, love it. What made you get into it, to hip hop, to rap?
When I was a little girl and my mom would be upstairs in her room, I would sit by the radio and wait on a rap song to come on and push record, and I would record the song, and afterwards I would play it over and over until I learned it.
Wow.
And so I've learned how to recite raps and rap along with my favorite MCs back in the day. Pretty good. And I got into poetry. I started going to poetry nights and poetry clubs doing poetry, and eventually one day I tried rapping, and it was a little shaky at first, but it gotten better and better as time went on.
Right, 15 years. You must have seen some things.
The more I got into, I guess, started getting into towards the industry side, I started seeing a little more.
Okay.
But before then, it was pretty innocent.
Okay.
Pretty
So
innocent.
what is your style like? Can you describe your style? Is it a certain way that you rap?
Yes. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert, but you wouldn't know because I have extrovert type behaviors.
Love it.
And when I rap, I'm kind of aggressive, but I'm not that aggressive by
Okay.
nature. But I kind of got an aggressive rap style, and I think it's because of just the area I grew up in. Maybe some things I experienced in life, some hardships.
Okay.
So my delivery comes off a little aggressive, but it's harmless. And usually my raps are just about my things I experienced in life, situations I went through, things I overcome, and some of them are just fun raps. So
tell us about The Babysitter.
The Babysitter, you've heard The Babysitter. Yeah, so I have kids.
Okay.
I have 4 kids.
Wow.
And growing up, my mom was my babysitter. So whenever I would get a babysitter, I was off to the races, you know. I tell my mom, I'll be right back, you know, and I'm off to the races, me and my loved ones. So The Babysitter is basically a song about a woman who barely gets out. You know, the father of the child, he doesn't really want to babysit, but this night she has a babysitter, and she's going out and she's going to enjoy herself, and she's not worried about nothing. So it's a fun female anthem.
That sounds like a journey. Let's get into this food. What we got
Sure.
going on? So we got some Southern pork chop dinner with the mashed potatoes. This thing about to be on.
Yes. So my family is from the South, and I cook Southern meals. This is my husband right here. He eats very well. Very, very well. So this dish here is one of my husband's favorites.
Okay.
The Southern pork chops, and what we have here is potatoes.
Okay. Potatoes.
I don't skin my potatoes. I keep the skin on. And just for presentation purposes, I like red potatoes. And also the skin is pretty thin on there.
Okay.
So
why don't we go ahead and drop those now? You ready to do that?
Sure am.
Uh-oh.
Whoa-oh. Whoa-oh.
Cut. It's all good. I should have started with that to begin with. I'm excited, right? I don't know when the last time I had a pork chop. We can drop those.
Okay.
Who are your cooking influences? Like you said, you were from the South. Like,
I'm from the South, so I love Paula Deen.
okay.
I love Paula Deen. I like Rachel Ray when I'm feeling bougie. You know what I mean?
I like Paula's, her sweets, her lollipops, and
Wow.
yeah, amazing. We got to try that. But who's like in your family? You can go ahead. Who's in your family? Did your grandmother?
Yes, my grandmother cooked everything from scratch. My
Okay.
father was a chef. My mom wasn't really a cook.
Okay.
So it's kind of in my blood.
Right.
So growing up, I had a lot of trial and error. You know,
Okay.
pork chops wasn't always golden.
Right.
I have some Himalaya salt.
Okay.
You know.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Smells
just-
good.
Yeah, just to give the potatoes a little flavor.
Right, while they're cooking.
And sometimes we're afraid to use real potatoes because, you know, it could be a little intimidating. And for some, it's easier to just use instant. But chop them up pretty small. They won't take forever to cook.
Okay.
So I usually boil them down until they're soft enough to where they'll mash just like instant potatoes.
Nice. And it's better. It tastes better. It's
Tastes
better.
better.
For you. You couldn't get me to eat an instant mashed potato when I was little.
Oh,
if
wow.
I saw that box come through the door, it's like, I'll pass on potatoes this time. I need the real. So that's good. Looks good. All right. So what's our next step?
All right. So next, we got our potatoes on. I'm going to put some oil in the pan for the pork. So with the pork chop, it's not a deep fry.
Okay.
So you just want to kind of fry it lightly on both sides.
All right.
So the pork chop, I marinated it. But it wasn't nothing that spectacular about it.
Okay.
I do a lot of Southern cooking, but it's very simple.
All right.
So this is canola oil because the lighter you go, the better. You know, I'm not on peanut oil level yet, but we hear canola.
Get over here. Right.
Thank you so much.
Sure. So do you cook every day?
Nope. I can't cook every day, you know, just with life in general, but I'm cooking maybe 3 times a week.
Okay, that's good.
Full course meals. Full course meals.
Yes, absolutely. And what is we know this is your husband's favorite meal.
Right.
What is your favorite food?
Oh my goodness. I have so many. I have so many. I love food. One of my favorite meals is definitely the crock pot. It has to go in a crock pot.
Crock pot.
Roast.
Okay.
I love roast.
Sounds
Roasting
good.
gravy.
So are you like one of the many home girls, home fellas here who like seafood? Are you a seafood lover?
No.
Not so much.
No.
A lot of people are allergic.
For me, I didn't grow up eating too much of it, so I love blue crabs, and I do eat grilled shrimp from time to time.
Okay.
And I like certain fish, salmon, whitening croaker, but that's it. That's as far as I go.
There you go. That's good. You pass.
Thank you.
All right. So we are going to take a quick break, and then when we return, we're going to talk to our guest, T-Spazz. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
T-Spazz. I don't know. It's like a tongue twister. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
About the importance of independent artists taking care of business, right? Behind the scenes. All right. We'll be right back. This is Rappers in the Kitchen.
My friends, depend on me, Smokey B, to voice a plea. Respect the forest, protect our trees. Oh, what I do.
Smoke, baby, what's the trouble?
Round, this isn't
But
me.
Smoke, you're 50. We agreed you'd talk to kids in their language.
I know, but I'll just give it to them straight. Kids, only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey, look, Smoke!
I gotta get back to the forest.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
So we're picking back up on the conversation with T-Spazz, talking about the importance of independent artists copywriting their material, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of finessing happening all the time. And with what do you say to new artists who's trying to get started? What is the best route for them to go?
The best route for a new artist is to do all of their music on a professional level. When I first started, I was, shortchanging myself. I was recording on my laptop using basic materials.
Okay.
My sound was,
Ooh, here we go.
okay, the grease is ready.
Okay,
My
got
sound
it.
wasn't that professional.
Okay.
Our pork chops is ready. And I found that my music wasn't doing great at all.
Okay.
So the first step to, being more professional as an independent artist is making sure that you're using top materials.
Okay.
And one of those top materials is going to an actual studio, a real studio, not your friend who's working, off their laptop with a, regular mic. You have to go to the professionals. Get your sound professional. And once you get your sound professional, definitely you gotta copyright it. You gotta copyright it, because what I found is that mainstream artists, because they live in, they're famous, they live in the hills and everything like that, they don't know what's hip, what's new.
Right.
So they look on sites like SoundCloud and everything to find material that they could use. So if a independent, a new artist don't have their paperwork straight, they can easily lose their music.
Right.
To someone who's in mainstream with lawyers and everything to back them up. So you gotta copyright it, and then after that, you gotta go. You gotta get you a. The pork is on.
All right.
You gotta get you a distributor,
Okay.
and it's easy to find one. It's usually a cost, a yearly cost for that. And what the distributor do is send your music out to all mainstream audio players, iTunes, Google Play, things like that. And so it sends your music out, so it's doing the work for you, and you pay that once a year. The other thing that an artist will need to do once they have copyright, distribution, once they have those things, they may be ready to start pushing their music at that point.
Okay.
Pushing it to mainstream. Gotta do shows. People want to see who you are,
Right.
what you look like. Also, your appearance is very important. You have to look like an artist.
Okay.
You have to carry yourself like an
I'm
artist.
gonna grab these carrots and throw them in if that's cool.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yes.
You have to look like an artist. You have to have the swagger of an artist, because imagery is very important as an artist.
Right.
What you look like, and your look has to match your sound.
These are all fine details of what it takes. We've been doing this for about 10 plus years, just giving the artists, independent artists, a platform to come on and do their thing. But we're like, not without BMI. You gotta have BMI. You gotta have one of those signed
right
onto
about
there
that.
to have your stuff legitimate. I mean,
You're right
what's
about
worse than not getting credit for your art
You're right about that.
or hearing somebody else do it?
Yep.
Yeah. Very
about that.
important. Very important. So what are you working on now? What's some new projects you have coming up?
Well, the last project I did was a album called Spazzology. It has 7 songs on there. I have a few singles. I just released a latest single called The Hex.
Okay.
I released that out maybe about a week and a half ago.
Wow, brand new stuff.
Brand new. And so for me as an artist, I kind of do a lot of internet things.
Okay.
I love visuals, I love videos, I love photography, and trying to get out and do shows. And one of the things that I'm working on as an artist is dancing.
Oh, wow. Wow, I was about to ask you, outside of being a mom, a wife, an artist, what else do you get to do? What are you taking, what are you doing? Hip hop classes or what's going on?
With dancing, because my husband pointed this out to me.
Okay.
When I used to rap, I would just kind of stand around and everything.
Okay.
Because I used to dance around when I was younger.
Right.
But when I got older, I don't know these new things, these new dances and things like that. So I went to YouTube and, Hip Hop for Dummies. Tried some of that. Almost hurt myself,
It ain't no joke. I watch him bouncing around. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm still working on that.
Okay. Nice. So what do you do for fun? What else you got going on?
Well, for fun, I do motivational speaking.
Oh, nice.
So I do travel and I do seminars and things like that. I share my story. I also give hope and things like that to listeners.
Right.
Something else that I do, I'm just in the performing arts. So I've written and published 2 books. I write and I have done like 5 or 6 stage plays, which I've written, directed, and all of those things.
Okay.
I did a web series. So I have a lot of things going on, kind of, sort of. So T-Spazz that's the music side of me, and then me as a person, just an all-around humanitarian.
Yes, see, to round all that out, philanthropy is so important and all of that. We're going to take a quick break. It looks like one of our chops are already done.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back. This is Rappers in the Kitchen. I'm going to put it in here. It might be a little...
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
She's doing the thing, I'm telling you. Good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back to Rappers in the Kitchen. We're in the kitchen today with our special guest, Miss T-Spazz out of the DMV.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so what projects do you have going on now? Are you performing anywhere live where we can catch you coming up soon?
Well, at this time, I don't have an upcoming show coming up right now, but I do
Until after this show.
I know, right? After this show, I don't know, Paula Dean.
Let's do it.
But I do post my events and things on my Instagram.
Okay.
So anyone who's looking to see what I got coming up next and things like that can definitely.
So that's how we can keep up with you?
Yeah.
What else do you have out there? Instagram?
I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have Facebook.
Okay.
And my name is T-Spazz on all
everything. Okay, beautiful. All right, so if you want to be a part of this show, check us out on all of our social media. We are just about finished here with our pork chop dinner. We got our potatoes going. We have some carrots. One pork chop is already in the bin. We got another one going. So we'll be right back. This is Rappers in the Kitchen.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right. So it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're going to take the laces, we're going to cross them over, we're going to turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
Welcome back to Rappers in the Kitchen, and you know what time it is. It's time for that fruity freestyle, the part of the show where our guests come off the top of their dome. This is Rappers in the Kitchen. It's T-Spazz.
Yeah.
Get in.
Straight facts from the south side with my little cousin made Fox 5. My next door neighbor's son died. Dropped my head when his mom cried. Them goons don't care, they brains fried. Same ones hugging you, be the same ones responsible for your homicide. Mama told my little brother he can't go outside. Dark time with them roaches out. Rocks clear cause them jumpers out. Duct tape you talk a lot. Oozing noodles on Sunday. Chicken wings on Monday. Mama in church praying to God that she don't bury her kids someday. That's it.
Hey! Rappers in the Kitchen! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Here's Sunday right here. Pork chop. That's right. This is Rappers in the Kitchen. You heard it here first. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us on Rappers in the Kitchen. That freestyle was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it felt from the heart, you know, just a lot of those things and just indicative of what we're doing. So where are we now?
We're now on the mashed potatoes, the Southern style mashed potatoes. And so the potatoes are soft. I put some milk in it. So I just put enough milk in it to where I could soften the potatoes up. So not drowning in milk. Maybe like 2 teaspoons of butter, a slice of cheese, and my secret ingredient to my mashed potatoes is sour cream.
All right.
So I told you guys my secrets.
So, see, it's in the book. All right, so we got our potatoes going, and we're about to get our onions underway. And this meal looks like it's coming together.
Oh yes, this is going to be delicious.
Cool, cool. Anybody want to give a special shout out to hubby?
Yeah, special shout out to my husband.
Yes.
Being here at this moment. You know, like I said earlier, like he's usually behind the scenes. He doesn't really like being, you know, in the limelight. When I do shows and everything, he's always on the side. You know, he just lets me have the attention. Nice. He usually stays in the background, but for him to be up front now, it just really shows that he's willing to come to the forefront
awesome.
For the entertainment thing. So that's very supportive.
Awesome.
So I'm very thankful.
That's what I'm talking about, the support. So when we come back, we're going to plate this up and get ready to serve this up, but not before we get into this performance with Miss T-Spazz here on Rappers in the Kitchen. Stay tuned. Don't go away. You'll regret it. We're back with T-Spazz and Back Me Up. This is Rappers in the Kitchen.
Yeah. All right. Back me in the corner, I'ma come back even harder. Book smart, street smart, girl is just smarter. Cheese on the brain, no Colgate for the tartar. Get it how I live it, learn that from my father. The beat my instrument, prepare it for the slaughter. I owns clout, they get their phones out to record her. Ain't like the rest of them, check the estrogen from a whole other planet. In my lane stranded, pockets never on famines, tats on my canvas. My man's got a mouth full of carrots like the rabbits. Above average, bubbles in my beverage, rims on my carriage. Goldilocks, covered in a bed, eating porridge. And it's no reason to sleep, and it's no reason to beef, and it's no reason to cheat, and it's no reason to leave. Back me up, back me up, back me up, back me up, back back me up, 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 back me up. Back me in the corner, I'ma come back even harder. Book smart, street smart, girl is just smarter. Purged by the fire, walk straight about the lava. Lyrical piranha, keep the bait out my water. MC like type A, DNA in my saliva. No work for hire, make queens retire. Champion attire, all black. MacGyver with a red top like a sapphire. And Joseph and Murray, son, the top of my empire. My man's got two cannons like Mariah. I don't curry though. Underneath a mistletoe, kiss my bands cause I love them so. Double G's on the belt, double C's in my earlobes. Push a Batmobile, ride around like superheroes.
And there's no reason to sleep. And there's no reason to be.
No reason.
And there's no reason to cheat.
No reason.
And there's no reason to leave.
Back me up, 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 back me up. Yeah.
All right, so that's our show for today with our lovely artist, guest, mom extraordinaire, T-Spazz. Thank you so much again for joining us. You know what, we cannot go without the sample. One more time, your dish again, one more time.
This is my famous Southern style pork chop dinner.
I'm ready to dive in. Ready? All right. So where can we find you at again?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On Instagram and Twitter, I'm at The Real T-Spazz. On Facebook, you can find me under T-Spazz. And my name is T with a dash, S-P-A-Z-Z.
All right. So that's our show for today. This is Rappers in the Kitchen, but I see. Laura's favorite is creamy. It's on point. This is home cooking. And this is Rappers in the Kitchen. Until next time, keep it cooking.
So, now I want to ask one question. What will you pair this dish with? Like, what kind of drink?
I would go a fruity drink. Maybe like a strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
Or strawberry banana juice.
Sounds good.
Yeah?
It's good.
Y'all heard that, right? Okay, make sure when you make that, that's what I want. All right, y'all. Great show, everybody. Great show.
Thank you.
Good.